All right, we're almost ready to record. I need to show you a little bit on the bottom of the screen. If you haven't noticed it, here's volume, here's your timestamp, here's the record, the rewind and play. This is for a key, you don't need to worry about that. This right here, this number is your metronome tempo. And I put our actual tempo up here in the file name. The background track is set at 152. If you want to change this, you click on it and then you can either tap some other tempo and it's going to tell you whether that is. You could probably put another tempo in. As soon as you hit confirm though, it's going to ask, do you want to adjust all the audio in the whole project? This can take some time. It doesn't take that long. The answer is yes. If you don't adjust the tempo in Greatest Showman, you won't actually, like everybody's tempo of the project will all of a sudden not match anymore. So always, always, always click adjust. You'll see how long it takes. It's really not that long. Hopefully your computer goes as quickly as mine. And what it's doing is just like when you change tempo on YouTube, it's stretching out the audio file of Greatest Showman, that audio track, and any other tracks that are in here. It's adjusting them, which is really cool. That means that you can record this at a slower tempo if you wanted to. You can practice at a slower tempo if you want to. And I don't expect anybody to be playing at tempo in the first week that they get on this project. So here we go, we're done, and we are now at a slower tempo. I'll show you. Instead of B, D, 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 it's going to be a little bit more playable. Okay, so that's how you change the tempo. You automatically have the metronome off. You need to toggle it on when you start recording. Otherwise, you won't hear the count in and you won't hear the metronome while you play. There's also a gear that gives you other metronome settings. Clave is the easiest one to hear. There's individual volume for the met if you want the met to be louder or softer. And the count in, take the longest count in because that's going to give you the most prep time. Okay, we've made it to the recording step. Now, I have tuned, I'm holding a saxophone right now, I know you can't see me. I've tuned so that I know that I can play right with the backing track. Definitely before you record, you want to take a couple of tries, press play, and play along with that backing track. Make sure that you're ready. And then, of course, we talked about earlier, the red R needs to be up. I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit, which means you're going to hear me echo a little bit, maybe? Not so much. Okay. And your cursor, of course, needs to be right at the beginning of the track. All right, and my metronome is on. I'm paying attention to how many sounds I hear in the background. That's why I turned the microphone up so you guys could hear if there's anything going on around me. Usually when I turn the microphone on, I then hear if there's traffic outside my window, if my dogs are rustling around and sneezing, if there's something going on in the kitchen. So using that headphone in your ear can help you identify those background sounds. It's pretty quiet where I am, and I'm going to try doing a take. So when I push this red record button, it's going to give me a 2-measure count in. So I have my music ready, and I'm just going to hit record, and we'll see how it goes. So you probably heard some of my mistakes in there. And if I went back to the back and pressed record again, I could actually just record right over it. If for some reason you liked the first half of that, you can find the spot where you want to start re-recording, and you can just replace that. Okay, but I didn't look ahead, so I wasn't ready for my repeat. I'm going to line up my cursor right with this 5, and if you actually, you can actually pinch and spread your fingers and you'll zoom in. So I'm lining right up with this 5 here. These are actually measures up here. This is the 4th measure, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and it's got a little dash in between. Those are the 8 notes. Okay, so if I put my cursor here and I press record, I could start and it would record over it that second time. Here we go. Let's get my new recording. And now when I go back to the beginning and I just press play. Okay, now one of the things that I'm listening for is are my attacks and my releases right with that recording? Sometimes you might need to turn the metronome up. I'm going to turn it up right now just to see how precise I was. But listening back to your recording is absolutely essential. So in my eighth notes, I might have gotten a little bit behind, so I might do that again. Remember, adjust your tempo, adjust all of these balances. I have my volume up all the way so that I can hear me. I have the accompaniment down a little bit, and then I have the metronome volume up a little bit so I can compare to all those things. And it's really going to matter when we start synchronizing multiple ensembles worth of people. All right, lastly and most importantly, you are going to be in a collaboration project. That means that every single track that gets added in here is a new person. And it would be awful if, let's say this was Miss Fitzhugh recording her vocals, and I came in and just hit delete track. That would be awful. So you need to be very, very mindful of only editing your line. And I could grab, one of my audio files and hit delete, and all of a sudden it's gone. But I can Control Z or Apple Z and it's back. There's undo and redo buttons up here, so it's non-destructive. But please hit this purple save button often, because every time you hit save, it's actually going to create a restore point that we could go back to if something got, quote unquote, lost. So be very respectful of your collaborators. There is a chat function over here that we could use. I've already put a comment in there. Be nice. This is all recorded, so this is needing to be school appropriate. Please have fun. I'm really excited to see all the collaboration tracks come in here. We'll finally be an ensemble, and we'll get to be collaborating between all three of our music ensembles from home. All right, stay safe, everybody.